The National Electrical Code, or NEC, mandates safe practices for electrical installations. A common violation occurs when underground wiring is not buried at the required depth. In areas where vehicles or equipment may operate, the NEC Article 300.5 stipulates a minimum burial depth of 18 inches. If the wiring is less than 18 inches below ground, that is a violation. Finding electrical wire buried only 5 inches below ground near the house is a significant concern, especially with observed cuts in the wire's insulation. This poses several risks. Firstly, the exposed wire is susceptible to damage from mowers, edgers, or other landscaping equipment, creating a potential safety hazard for anyone in the vicinity. Secondly, the shallow burial depth can compromise the wire's insulation and overall integrity over time, leading to electrical issues such as shorts, ground faults, or even fires. To address this issue, several steps can be taken. Firstly, contact the installers who originally installed the lamp post. Inform them about the exposed and damaged wire, emphasizing its location and condition. Secondly, cite the specific NEC Article 300.5 and explain that the shallow burial depth is a violation of the code. Politely request that they rebury the wire at the proper depth, ensuring it meets the minimum requirement of at least 18 inches. Thirdly, it is important to document all communication with the installers. Keep a detailed record of the date, time, and content of each conversation, including any commitments they make regarding the repair. This documentation can be invaluable if further action is necessary. If the installers are unwilling or unable to rectify the issue, consider hiring a licensed electrician. A qualified electrician will have the expertise to properly bury the wire according to NEC standards, ensuring safety and compliance. Before hiring, obtain quotes from multiple electricians and verify their credentials and insurance coverage. If all other options fail, you have the right to file a complaint with the local building inspector. The building inspector has the authority to investigate the situation and enforce the NEC requirement. Provide them with all relevant documentation, including photos of the exposed wire, records of communication with the installers, and any quotes obtained from licensed electricians. In the meantime, several precautionary measures should be taken. 1. Mark the location of the exposed wire with flags or stakes to prevent accidental damage during landscaping or other activities. 2. Avoid using the lamppost until the issue is resolved to prevent potential electrical hazards. 3. Consider installing a conduit or protective covering over the buried wire to provide additional protection against physical damage. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous and should only be performed by qualified professionals. Do not attempt to repair or rebury the wire yourself unless you have the necessary expertise and experience. Additionally, before undertaking any electrical work, always ensure that the power to the circuit is turned off at the breaker panel. Verify that the circuit is de-energized using a non-contact voltage tester before touching any wires. Regarding the potential need for a conduit or protective covering, several options are available. One option is to use rigid metal conduit, which provides excellent protection against physical damage. Another option is to use PVC conduit, which is lightweight and easy to install. A third option is to use underground feeder, or UF, cable, which is specifically designed for direct burial applications. When selecting a conduit or cable, consider the specific environmental conditions and the level of protection required. In areas with heavy traffic or rocky soil, rigid metal conduit may be the best choice. In areas with less demanding conditions, PVC conduit or UF cable may be sufficient. Regardless of the chosen method, it is essential to follow all applicable NEC guidelines and manufacturer's instructions. This will ensure that the installation is safe, reliable, and compliant with local regulations. In some cases, it may be necessary to obtain a permit from the local building department before undertaking any electrical work. Check with the building department to determine whether a permit is required and to ensure that all work is inspected and approved. Remember that the NEC is a comprehensive set of guidelines that covers all aspects of electrical installation. It is essential to familiarize yourself with the code and to follow it diligently to ensure safety and compliance. If you have any questions or concerns, consult with a licensed electrician or building inspector. In addition to addressing the immediate issue of the shallow burial depth, it is also important to investigate the cause of the problem, determine why the wire was not buried at the proper depth in the first place, and take steps to prevent similar issues from occurring in the future. This may involve reviewing the original installation plans, inspecting the workmanship of the installers, or providing additional training to employees. By taking proactive measures, you can minimize the risk of electrical hazards and ensure the safety of yourself, your family, and your property. In conclusion, finding electrical wire buried less than 18 inches below ground is a violation of the NEC and poses significant safety risks. By following the steps outlined above, you can address the issue effectively and ensure that the wiring is properly installed and protected. Remember to prioritize safety and to consult with qualified professionals whenever necessary. Finally, it is worthwhile to reiterate the importance of safety when dealing with electricity. Electricity can be dangerous, and it is essential to take precautions to prevent shocks, burns, and other injuries. Always turn off the power to the circuit before working on any electrical equipment. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and safety glasses. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a licensed electrician to do the work for you. By following these safety guidelines, you can minimize the risk of electrical accidents and ensure the safety of yourself and others. The information provided in this narration is intended for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice. Always consult with a licensed electrician or building inspector before undertaking any electrical work. Remember that the NEC is constantly evolving, and it is important to stay up to date with the latest changes and requirements. By doing so, you can ensure that your electrical installations are safe, compliant, and reliable. And always remember that electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By taking the necessary precautions and following the applicable codes and standards, we can create a safer environment for ourselves and our communities. So be vigilant, be informed, and be safe. In addition, it is worth mentioning the importance of regular electrical inspections. Electrical systems can deteriorate over time due to factors such as age, wear and tear, and environmental conditions. Regular inspections can help identify potential problems before they become serious hazards. During an electrical inspection, a qualified electrician will examine all aspects of the electrical system, including wiring, outlets, switches, circuit breakers, and grounding. They will also test the system to ensure that it is functioning properly and safely. Based on the inspection findings, the electrician may recommend repairs, upgrades, or other corrective actions. Regular electrical inspections are particularly important for older homes and buildings, as their electrical systems may not meet current safety standards. Inspections can also help identify hidden hazards such as overloaded circuits, loose connections, and damaged wiring. By addressing these issues promptly, you can prevent fires, shocks, and other electrical accidents. The frequency of electrical inspections will vary depending on factors such as the age of the building, the type of electrical system, and the local regulations. As a general guideline, it is recommended to have an electrical inspection every 3 to 5 years. However, if you have any concerns about the safety of your electrical system, you should schedule an inspection immediately. In addition to regular inspections, it is also important to be aware of the warning signs of electrical problems. These signs may include flickering lights, frequently tripping circuit breakers, outlets that are warm to the touch, and unusual smells. If you notice any of these signs, you should contact a licensed electrician as soon as possible. Ignoring electrical problems can lead to serious consequences, including fires, shocks, and even fatalities. So be vigilant, be proactive, and take electrical safety seriously. Furthermore, it is important to educate yourself and your family about electrical safety. Teach children about the dangers of electricity and how to avoid electrical hazards. Make sure they understand that they should never touch electrical outlets, switches, or appliances with wet hands. Also, teach them what to do in case of an electrical emergency, such as a fire or a shock. By educating yourself and your family, you can create a safer environment for everyone. Electrical safety is not just the responsibility of electricians and building inspectors. It is a shared responsibility that requires the cooperation of everyone. By working together, we can prevent electrical accidents and protect ourselves, our families, and our communities. So let us all commit to making electrical safety a top priority. Finally, it is worth emphasizing that electrical codes and regulations are in place for a reason. They are designed to protect people and property from electrical hazards. By following these codes and regulations, we can ensure that our electrical systems are safe, reliable, and compliant. Do not take shortcuts or try to bypass the rules. Always follow the proper procedures and use qualified professionals for all electrical work. Remember that electrical safety is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. It requires constant vigilance, education, and cooperation. By making electrical safety a way of life, we can create a safer and more secure future for ourselves and generations to come. So let us all be responsible stewards of electricity and work together to prevent electrical accident. In addition to the above, it is good practice to always use ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, in areas where water is present, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor locations. GFCIs are designed to protect against electrical shock by detecting ground faults and quickly shutting off the power. They are required by code in many locations and are an important safety feature for any electrical system. Also, surge protectors can help protect electronic equipment from damage caused by power surges. Power surges can occur due to lightning strikes, utility switching, or other electrical events. Surge protectors can help absorb the excess voltage and prevent it from reaching sensitive electronic components. It is important to choose surge protectors that are rated for the specific type of equipment you are protecting and to replace them periodically as they can wear out over time. Additionally, it's wise to be cautious when using extension cords. Avoid overloading extension cords as this can cause them to overheat and create a fire hazard. Use extension cords that are rated for the amperage of the appliances you are using and never run extension cords under rugs or carpets, as this can trap heat and damage the cord. Finally, remember to properly dispose of electronic waste. Electronic waste, or e-waste, can contain hazardous materials that can pollute the environment if not disposed of properly. Recycle electronic waste at designated recycling centers or through manufacturer take-back programs. By following these additional safety tips, you can further reduce the risk of electrical accidents and ensure the safety of your home and family. Remember that electrical safety is a continuous process that requires ongoing attention and effort. Let us all commit to making electrical safety a priority and to creating a safer world for everyone.